I tell stories about my family, and people think, I don't believe it. You're making this up. And part of what makes it fun for me, and to those of you who know my family, is like, no, that really happened. The story I'm about to tell you, every single word is true. And then some. I just don't have all afternoon to go into this one event, which ranks up there with one of the worst days in my life. Continuing the theme of a comic afternoon. It's called Going to Dungarvan. Well, one of my brother Johnny's favorite jokes is about an Irishman. He gets himself ready to go out for the day, and he tells his wife, I'm going to Dungarvan. She says, no, you great fool. I always say, I'm going to Dungarvan, God willing. He starts off down the road when, boom, he finds himself a frog in a frog pond. He stays there for a year, eating nothing but raw flies which he catches. Then, boom, he's back. He's naked, but he's in his own body. He gets home, tells his wife, I'm hungry and I want to get some sleep. And he does. The next morning he gets up, he says, I'm going to Dungarvan. She says, don't do that. Always say, I'm going to Dungarvan, God willing. He starts down the road. This time, 2 years he's in the frog pond, eating flies for substance, going back home to his wife naked, telling her, oh man, I'm hungry and I'm going to get some sleep. The next morning, he gets up and he tells his exasperated better half, I'm going to Dungarvan, or back to the frog pond. Well, I've been teaching Irish history for nigh on 40 years, and nothing illustrates the stubbornness, the great joyous stubbornness of the Irish character, as well as that joke. So I get one of these 1,000 miles, Los Angeles to Portland phone calls, and it's my brother Johnny. He's not in the good ways in the City of Hope Cancer Treatment Center. And he tells me, Mike, I need you to come down to LA and move all my stuff from one storage unit to another. I said, what? Nah. He said, yeah. I said, you always tell me about the hundreds of friends you have in LA. Can't any of them bend over, pick up a box, move it from point A to B, and put it down? You're the only one I trust, Mike. Well, what are you going to say? I knew I was going to wind up going. So there I went in on a Friday night, and Saturday morning, my sister Patty is in from Philadelphia to see Johnny, and we're sitting around the hospital, and somehow I never got round to doing anything that Saturday except having a few laughs with the family. And the next morning, I was supposed to have 6 helpers. And he says, don't worry, you're going to have all these people helping you. All you got to do is direct it. You don't have to pick up a single thing. I said, great. So I'm sent off to U-Haul to rent. Now, the only truck they had left was the biggest one they had. It was like the Titanic on wheels. It had a broken roll-up door, a busted side mirror, the brakes didn't work. And I have to get this animal back into the stockyard by 7 o'clock that night, or lose my deposit. The next morning I'm going to have to go to the airport in the middle of rush hour traffic, and I'm going to lose my non-refundable airline ticket. So I'm really motivated to finish by 7. So I called the 6 people that are supposed to help me. Who can guess how much? Connor, you always guess good. How many people do you think showed up?
0.
0. Yes, that's right. I said, nah. But I thought, say nah while you're walking to the truck and driving it over to Santa Monica Storage. Now, Santa Monica Storage is not a class act. In fact, most of the income they get is from renting to homeless people who now live in 10-foot by 14-foot little units with one plug-in thing. And all sorts of illegal activities happen within it. It's used for just about everything in this storehouse except storage. So I get out there, I park the truck, and I think, ooh, it's Woodstock 30 years later, not good. But it's okay, I can do this. So I walk in, I think, and the elevator has a big sign that says, the elevator is broken, use the stairs. I think, Johnny's unit's on the 3rd floor. I'm by myself. I've got a storage unit that, well, it might not be as big as this room, but it's as big as half this room. At least it seemed to me. So I think, I go in the bathroom, throw some water on your face, let it go, move on. And there's a big sign over the sink that says, no more taking baths in the sink. I say, oh yeah, this is going to be fun. So I go up to the 3rd floor and I open his storage unit and it's all junk. It is not stuff that you could sell for anything. So I pick up my cell phone and I call Johnny. I say, you don't need this. Why don't we just leave the doors open and people can do whatever they want with whatever's in here? Oh, no, Mike, these are treasures. I got to have these things. I said, well, what about these big oversized cinder blocks? Oh, that's the best part of it all. It's not easy getting cinder blocks that big. I say, yeah, tell me about it. I think I had talked to Johnny and Fiona, Johnny's wife, the night before, and we talked about it, and we agreed that Johnny was not likely to ever get out of the City of Hope, and certainly not to go to a storage unit. And I said, why don't I just go to a movie and we say I did it? They say, well, we can't do that. We can't lie to him. I say, are you kidding me? I've been lying to him for over half a century whenever I thought it necessary. So I don't have any problem with this. They said, no, it's good for his morale. Just do it. I say, okay. I'm off to Dungarvan, obviously. So I run up and down the dirty, trash-filled steps, needles, I mean, you name it. It's like, oh, baby, no. It takes me hours of running. I can't stand it. Now, I haven't had any coffee, I haven't had any food, I haven't had a kind word from somebody. And the truck is in the parking lot, but because this junk looks like treasures to not only my brother Johnny, but to some of the people living in the parking lot, I have to lock the truck each and every time I put 2 more cinder blocks in it. Run back up 3rd floor, grab 2 more cinder blocks, run down the steps. It's afternoon before I finally get the thing loaded. I think, it's okay. It's not really like I'm going to Dungarvan. It's not like I'm going to Dungarvan. I get in the truck. I got to go. The storage unit is way across town. I think, got to put the pedal to the metal. I'm behind time. I got to make this move. I'm driving down the freeway as fast as I can go, considering I'm the captain of the Titanic. And I look down, and drivers are screaming and cursing and making obscene gestures at me. And they're pointing toward the back of the truck. I think, oh, yeah. That broken rear door has somehow drifted up, and big oversized cinder blocks are about to pour across the LA Freeway 10, if you know 10, at a high speed, and there isn't an exit for miles. It's not like I'm just going to Dungarvan, but I'm going to hell in a handbasket with U-Haul written on the side of it. Well, I deal with that. Eventually, I find this new storage facility, which this is a Sunday. It doesn't actually open until Monday. So I go in, and there's a big sign on the elevator that says, we open Monday. The elevators will not be open until then. And Johnny's unit, because he saved like $5 a month, is on the 3rd floor. I call Fiona and I say, help, help, help. She says, don't worry. There's a nice Irishman coming. His name is Michael, and he's going to take care of everything. I said, everything? Cinder blocks too? She said, yeah, this is perfect. Don't worry about a thing. We've taken care of everything. I say, okay. I go down to the truck. I lift the door. I said, look at it all, and I think, I want to cry, but I'm wearing contact lenses. I think if I cry, I won't be able to see anything, and I'll be walking in the doors carrying these big cinder blocks. So I start running up and down to Dungarvan. I thought, really, what's the worst that can happen? I'm in my 60s. I got prostate cancer. I'm overweight. I'm running up and down these steps, lugging 30-pound cinder blocks in each ungloved hand, alone. Really, what could happen? I'm glad that somebody out there said what could happen, because peeling into the nice lot comes the Irishman, Michael. He tells me that when he's not hauling stuff, he's an international mercenary. It's true as can be. He says the code name his handlers have for him is the Aztec Merchant of Death. I say, I was wondering about all those tattoos covering your bald head and face and near naked muscular body. Yeah, I mean, he's got scars all over his body, and so you got to take your pick here. Either this dude is violently insane and making up the whole story, or he's violently sane and has made an unconventional career choice. So I think, okay, well, turns out that Michael has a killer sense of humor. He's a hard worker. We get done. I'm driving back over to U-Haul. I get there. I don't usually tell this part of the story. It's 7:05. This woman is closing the big gate. I'm beeping the horn. I get out and say, help, help. She says, well, you should have been back before 7. I say, I have prostate cancer, you know. I'm pointing to my rear end. I want to make sure she gets the point. My poor brother Johnny is in the city of hope. She says, what do you want me to do? Open the gate. I wish I opened the gate. Because I got this non-refundable ticket. And I've been dealing with homeless people all day. And a crazy mercenary named the Aztec Merchant of Death. She's pulling the thing back so that she can let the truck in. So I'm getting on the road. I still haven't had coffee. Still haven't had anything to eat. It's after 7. I haven't had anything for 12 hours, I think. I'll just get off the freeway in a minute. I'll find somewhere raw. A Starbucks would have looked good to me. That's how desperate I was. A 7-Eleven would have looked good to me. A McDonald's would have looked good to me. I pull into the freeway entrance, and it's a parking lot. It's Sunday night in the summertime, and the entire city of Los Angeles has gone to Santa Monica Beach to have a good time. And they're all trying to get home on the same freeway I am. So I call Johnny and I say, I don't understand what's going to happen. I'll be lucky if I'm home by midnight. He says, well, don't do that, because we're holding dinner for you. I say, you don't have to hold dinner for me. I am way past small kindnesses. Go ahead and eat. I'm ravenous. I'm starving, but I could care less. He said, well, that would be a problem, because you've been elected to go and get takeout for us all. There comes a time when you stop arguing with people. I say, all right. He says, now, Fiona wants Chinese food. I say, okay, I can live with Chinese. He says, that's fine. That's wonderful. He says, and Patty, she's in from Philly. They don't have Mexican food in Philly like they do in LA. So it's real close to the Chinese restaurant. I say, what? No, I can't do that. He said, and I want you to keep in mind, I'm dying of cancer. I said, yeah, so am I. Come on, what's the point? Well, I want a chicken pot pie from Rhea Callender's, which is only a mile or two down the road from these other places. Now, is your memory any good? Are you going to be able to remember all this? And he's telling me, an extra salsa, and well, we talk about it, and they're happy to hear that the Aztec Merchant of Death, whose name sounds like a horror movie, is actually a nice guy and just looks like one of the village people. I got all night to talk to him because this freeway jam is going on forever. It's one to write home about. It's one for the ages. It's going to take me all night to get to the city of hope, God willing.